All right. So, I think I have this audio thing figured out. So, hopefully we won't be having any more trouble like that. Before we get into things, I would like to mention once again that Awaken Providence is going on tour with Angel Maker, Carcosa, Vulvodynia, and, oh, damn. How am I forgetting this one? Falsifier. There we go. Ugh. Sorry, guys. It's been quite the time since I last did this. I'll be honest, I've been scared as fuck of doing this again. But I wouldn't say I was putting this off. More so, I was trying to figure out how to, I guess follow up. Yeah. It's a scary thing, and I had a lot of people tell me that, it was very emotional, and I mean, I've had people tell me that it's cool to see me open up, and I get that. I totally get where people are coming from when they say that. I didn't really mean for it to come off as emotional or anything like that. That's just sort of, things that roll in my mind. But yeah, we're heading out on tour. It's very stress inducing, to say the least. We just got off tour, I guess now it's last month we got off tour. It's been, time flies. It's already been like a month since I got back, which is crazy. But I'm excited to head out again. This is going to be a really, really big tour. This is what I've been wanting to do for a while. And the fact that we get to do it with all these kick-ass bands is super dope. It's fucking killer. So yeah, like I mentioned before, I was pretty scared to do this again. But I finally found the motivation to get up and do it again. So hell yeah. Cheers to everyone who also found motivation to get up and do something. But stress. Let's talk about stress. I would say throughout my day, not every day, but throughout a lot of my days, I get just this very surreal moment. Like I was just introduced to the world again. And it's just amazing to think that this is real. Like everything is real. And sometimes it almost feels like there's too much. Like, why the hell is there so much shit for me to handle? Why are there so many responsibilities? Why do cars work? Why does anything happen? And why does everything happen? And it seems there always is another thing. It's tough. I been going through some family trouble. My family has had some medical trouble, and it sucks. It really sucks, to see your loved ones go through such a hard time, and seeing how it affects everybody around them, and it can be just heartbreaking. But you got to be there for those people. You got to be there for your family, your friends. I know that it can be hard to find the time to do stuff like that, but you got to find it. And I used to put a lot of family stuff off. I used to put I used to neglect my immediate family whenever some sort of tragedy struck. It probably stems from my younger years or something. But if you are struggling with a family member that's going through it, or whatever you're going through, I feel for you. And comment down below, and let me know what you're going through. Let me know what I can do, whether it's just keep you in my thoughts, or reply to your message or your comment. I'm here. I'm here for you guys. Also, thank you so much. It's not anything crazy, but it's pretty insane that you guys tuned into that. I was mainly putting that out there just to dip my toes in the water, but to the people that did check it out and the people that did comment, thank you so much. It's really cool, and it's definitely showed that hey, I actually probably can do this, and hopefully people like me. I've been told so many times that my voice sounds annoying as hell, which sucks. And it's ironic when the only time people do want to hear my voice is when it's not my true voice. But yeah, I've been told that I sound real nasally sometimes. I can't control that. It's just how I talk. This is just how I talk. So I did put a vocal cover out recently, and I feel like in these podcasts, I'd like to go over those, go over why I did it. So today's segment, the last vocal cover we did was Nephilim by Oceano. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It goes back to the stress. I've been very rushed lately, and time has been a commodity. And I honestly didn't remember that I booked studio time until that day. And I was like, oh, fuck. I got to figure out a song to cover. And I've been using AI instrumentals from I think his name is Brandon Carper. But I'll throw his page in the comments below. If you're a vocalist and you want to record some vocal covers to, just instrumental, I suggest going to his page, going to his channel. I don't know how everybody feels about the AI stuff. I feel like as when you're trying to pass it off as your own, it's pretty fucked up. But this is a strange ballpark, because it's it's really hard to find an instrumental of a lot of the songs that you would like to cover. Most of the times it's an instrumental of a song on an album, but it's not the song you wanted on that album. For Suicide Silence, obviously there's going to be instrumentals for No Pity for a Coward and instrumentals for Disengage and stuff like that. But when it comes to Green Monster and stuff like that, it's hard to come by, and this dude just is a blessing upon all vocalists that want to record. But yeah, we did the Oceano cover. I feel like it was solid. Adam Warren is so cool, and to even get close to I don't want to say emulating, but to even get close to mirroring what he can do is awesome. I know I don't sound the most like him, but his techniques and his display of vocals has just taught me so much lyrically as a vocalist and as a musician. And Adam just seems like he's a really positive, good dude. And I think that's awesome. Shout out, Adam, if you do happen to see this or listen to this. One of my fucking idols. And I remember when Nephilim dropped. It was the most, insane thing ever. It was around when, Beatdown was dropping. Like down-tempo deathcore. A lot of Black Tongue and stuff like that. And they just dropped, it was either Nephilim came out, and when you hear the first time hearing that was like, oh, everybody's fucked. And they were. Everybody was fucked when they dropped that run they did after they dropped Descendants. It was insane. Totally insane. But I had a really good time recording it. I had a really fun time with my producer that helps me out. His name is Drigo. He is from a band called Demon Fuck. I know, but don't judge it off the name. Just listen to their music. You'll probably like it. It's deathcore, but it's very like sporadic and different. They got some music videos up on Slam Worldwide, and then they also have their music on all streaming platforms. So you can go check them out if you like it. Find them on social media. You know what to do. But yeah, I was recording it with Drigo, and yeah, it was just a blast. And I've always wanted to cover that material. I've done Dead Planet. I'd really like to do The Taken. That would be cool. I don't know if I want to do those covers back to back though, so we might have to wait on that. Yeah, recording Nephilim was great. I hope everybody liked it. I really had a good time with it. It seems everybody else does too. I like recording these covers. It gets me some exposure, but it's also they're just fun as hell to do. And on top of that, it's not like I can drop new music like every 2 weeks. And I get that like yearning to record. I don't want to fall out of that mode. I feel like the more you're in a recording setting, the better your recordings will be. You'll know how to pace yourself. You know, it's going to help you figure out what layers really hit well together. And it might be like the strangest noises put together, but I just love the process. It could be frustrating, so frustrating and confusing. Yesterday I tried to record a cover, and it was just not my day, man. It was just not. And the first thing I want to do when I'm having trouble with vocals is just like spaz. Well, no. I would say at first I'm saying things, but I'm really just saying those things to make myself feel better, because I'm not used to having, sessions where I'm just fucking up and my voice is not cooperating with me. They're very few and far between, and it sucks when it falls on like when you need it most, but shit happens. And at first I'm really just trying to talk to myself and convince myself things are okay, which sounds insane saying it out loud. And then I'll spaz. The spaz attack comes on, and oh man, this is so it's embarrassing, but it's who I am. I don't think spazzing per se is a bad thing. It's actually pretty funny. And I'm able to laugh at myself after. Jigo was even telling me like, hey man, it is what it is. Just leave it at that. And I was like, you know what? I did not want to leave it at that, but that's just the way I am. I'm persistent, and probably when it's not the best time to be super persistent like that. But, there's another day. There's another time for everything. Let's go back to stress. There's a lot of stress before heading out on this tour coming up. I got a lot of things that I need to handle and get together. And like I said earlier, there always seems to be another thing. And if there's one thing I've found in my life, my short life, that helps is nothing is ever going to be, the waters are never going to be still forever. And the quicker and easier you take that, the more accepting of all the bullshit you are, because it's expected, whether it is something you have brought onto yourself or something as unexpected as like blew out your tire and you do not have the money to get a new tire and you do not have a spare. That type of stuff, it just keeps coming and it just keeps coming. And that's what it feels like. But it's sort of like a game at that point. It's like, how can I solve all these things that are happening to me? And some of them aren't solvable. I will admit that. You got to you got to let things play out sometimes. But I feel like I've been better about handling my stress, as I'm constantly shaking my leg in front of you guys. But I feel like I've gotten better at it. I feel like I've gotten better at communicating and not shutting down so hard like I talked about last time. And it's been going well. It's just tough to see the people around you, seem so defeated. Sometimes things are so fickle. Like, life is so fragile. It's crazy how, like, the tiniest thing can snowball into just awful stuff. Awful stuff. None of it's fun. But you just got to keep pushing through, and you got to be there for your peeps. Let's get on to Entombed in the Abyss, which not so much Entombed in the Abyss, more so a lot of people have been asking about Entombed in the Abyss. For those of you who don't know, that was like the band I came up with. And I want to say we weren't a success story, but we definitely, I don't think we were a failure. We made a lot of really good jams. That last album, God Given Hell Risen, it's one of my favorite pieces I've ever put out. There's not new Entombed in the Abyss coming out. What I will say is that I'm working with Kalen, the ex-member, or Kalen is the guitarist that has been in Entombed from the day to the end. He's my boy, he's my brother, and we miss writing music together. We miss it a lot. So we are working on a new project. I don't really know if I should reveal the name for that yet. I feel like that's too early in the process, although we are pretty dead set on the name we have. But once that starts to come along more, I'll talk about it more and make it more apparent that it's happening. It won't be like Awaken Providence. If you've ever heard Entombed in the Abyss, then you know. If you haven't, give us a listen. Everything's still up. It's still gonna be up. But if you want to, do a deep dive into us, then you can. If I were to tell you to listen to one specific material from that era, I would say the God Given Hell Risen, the last thing we did, the full length. Everything about it was just cool as hell to me. We got Chad, one of our really good friends from Hate Priest. He painted that album art, and then we used that painting as the album art. It had a totally different logo. You could tell it really was us trying to reinvent ourselves, but things just got tough. Life got in the way. I will tell you one thing. So I'm trying to frame, or at least get every piece of recording I've done, as far as like albums and things I've featured on. And I remember that, we gave Chugcore the permission to do physicals and hard copies of our discography. And I know a long time ago some shit happened with, I think his name is Greg. He ran Chugcore. That's a whole different story. I'd have to revamp myself on it, but I believe he was hiring for Chugcore, and then, he started to get really weird with one of the employees, and, basically outed himself as that not that great quality of a human being. So then I guess he stepped down, and other people have been running it since. But they still had our discography on sale. So I bought that shit. And hopefully it comes. Hopefully it's just not a dead link on Bandcamp and nothing comes, because that would suck. And I'd have to search for that. But yeah, that's going to be really cool. So far, I have the Black Sun physical. Then I'm going to get those 3. And then probably on this next tour, I'll get Eternity. And then I'll start working on getting physicals of albums I've featured on. But it's exciting. And coming back home has been, it really made me appreciate, how convenient life is. And in that convenience, you find comfortability. And I don't think it's a bad thing, at least for me. Like if I'm making myself comfortable for the amount of time that I can be comfortable, I really want to enjoy it and take it in. I do have a job, but I don't hate that job. I wouldn't say it gives me meaning, but it definitely gives me purpose, if that makes sense. I feel like I actually am doing something. I'm running I'm making sure that a business is running, and that we're doing good numbers, and that customer service is good, and employees are treated well and taken care of. And yeah, I can't complain. In that aspect of my life, I'm okay. And it's taken a long time to get there. And I know I'm very fortunate, to be able to support myself. I know a lot of people can't do that right now. I live in Florida, and the rent is just going up and up and up. And people are struggling, man. And it sucks. Everybody seems to be going through it. But I don't know. I know I'm going through it. I'm not living lavish. I'm just saying I can support myself, and I'm very appreciative of that. Very appreciative of family. And just a support system that's very loving. Friends who are actually happy to see you and are excited for what you're doing with your life. And I know they're proud of me, and I don't think I've given them a reason not to be, but sometimes you just feel like lonely. Like, even when you surround yourself with people, you can just feel so alone still. And I was watching this basketball documentary, and Kobe was in it, and I think an interviewer asked him, I believe she asked him, is it like does it suck to be a leader and be so alone? And he says, no, if you're going to be a leader, you need to find comfortability in being alone. And I had such a hard time getting that out. Jesus. But it made me realize that, maybe it is okay to have that mentality. I love being alone. I feel like I am my own best friend. I don't love myself, I would say, in an egotistical way, but I love improving myself. Lately, it's been fucking hard to get it going, dude. But I'm still going. It's just, I don't want to go. It's not fun over here. But, and then fucking up yesterday on recording really just piles on top. It's crazy how, like, all these little things will build up and irritate you to the point of, like, blowing up or breaking down. And you don't even realize that it's all these little things that are actually, causing you to fuck up like that. But what else? What else are we going to talk about, guys? I'm doing my best over here. Like I said earlier, I was really scared to do this episode too. Now doing it, I'm a little more comfortable. I'm a little more comfortable with doing this. Bear with me if I do repeat myself a lot throughout these. As I do this more, I feel like things will be more clear. Hopefully I'll have some better, things that I can bring up, or had a burp, things that I can work on. I do want to say that I would maybe like to start doing, like, I don't know if I'll be able to do these every week, but maybe like a vocalist of the week, or something like that. I just have a lot of people I'd like to shout out. Yeah, just a lot of, mainly friends that I think are awesome. And, occasionally, one of the OGs, or, someone killing it right now. I think that'd be fun. Hopefully it could get some people's attention, and possibly in the future we could bring some guests on. I think that'd be really cool. I think it might be a little easier on me, but I don't mind doing this thing solo. I think this will be the most consistent way for me to get this done. So I think I don't really know if I have anything else to talk about. I think I covered all the bases. Yeah. Well, guys, sometimes it comes to a point where you don't have any more thoughts necessarily to talk about. I'll be brainstorming. I think it's been a really tiring week. It's been a really tiring month. Ever since getting back and just getting readjusted and catching up on things. But hopefully it won't be too long before I do another one of these. I'm going to try and get as much material out before we head out on tour as I can. whether it be more of these podcasts or whether it be more vocal covers, or if I can figure anything else out. There is some new stuff I would like to try. I don't know if I should get into specifics about it, but like I said earlier, everything new that'll be coming in time. But when I am able to reveal stuff like that, when I get the gears turning, I hope that you guys will be pretty receptive of it. Hey, if y'all have any questions, please comment down below. I would love to answer some of y'all's questions. And even if it isn't a question, maybe we'll throw it in there. Maybe it's some sort of comment that I can respond to. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to try to be more consistent with these. Like I said, had a really good time recording the Nephilim cover. Awakened Providence is heading out on tour August and September. Come check us out. And I think that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time.